Hey there! So, let's talk about a common problem that developers might face when working with multiple libraries in a project. Imagine you're using two libraries that both have something called a status element. One defines a macro called status, while the other has a class named status within a namespace. When you try to compile your code, you run into an error because the compiler gets confused between the macro and the class. Frustrating, right? But fear not. There's a solution to this problem. Now, let's dive into the solution. One way to address this issue is by including the headers of both libraries, but undefining the status macro from the second library before including the header of the first library. This way, you ensure that there's no clash between the macro and the class definitions. Simple and effective. In addition to the previous solution, if you still want to use the status macro from the second library, but also need to avoid conflicts, you can introduce a workaround. By aliasing the status macro from the second library with a different name, such as status2, you can then undefine the original status macro before including the first library's header. This way, you can still access the macro functionality without causing any compilation errors. Problem solved. To wrap things up, remember that handling conflicts between libraries is a common challenge in software development. By following these simple steps of undefining macros and aliasing when necessary, you can ensure a smooth integration of multiple libraries in your project. If you found this information helpful, make sure to subscribe for more tech tips and don't forget to like and comment below. Stay coding, folks!